A story of miraculous survival. Lost fishermen rescued after 2 days adrift, saved by floating debris. This is from ASEAN Now, and it was published on September the 7th, 2024. In a remarkable story of survival, a fisherman who fell overboard was rescued after floating adrift at sea for 2 days and 1 night, relying on floating debris to stay alive. The incident, which took place off the coast of South Thailand, has been hailed as nothing short of a miracle. On the morning of September the 3rd, a 56-year-old fisherman accidentally fell into the sea about 10 nautical miles from land. Despite immediate efforts by the vessel's captain to notify authorities and begin a search, the man could not be found. It wasn't until the evening of September the 5th that the 3rd Naval Area Command was alerted by staff at a national park who reported finding the missing fisherman on an island. The Navy then dispatched a team from Koh Lupe Marine Security to retrieve the man and bring him safely to shore. Waiting for him there was his overjoyed family members, who were overwhelmed with emotion upon hearing of his miraculous survival. He recounted his ordeal, explaining how he fell into the sea and saw the boat moving away. Despite his attempts to swim back and call for help, I tried to swim and shout to my friends, but nobody heard me. I had to float to conserve my energy, even as the waves grew stronger. As hours turned into days, exhaustion set in, and battling fatigue and rough seas, he held on to hope, thinking of his family and relying on his faith. At one point, he thought of a revered monk whose amulet he was wearing. I prayed that if I survived, I would be ordained as a monk for 7 days. Then, in what he described as a miraculous moment, he felt as though someone was helping him stay afloat. Soon after, a floating barrel appeared, giving him something to cling to. I knew I had to make it home. I kept thinking of my mother and the promise I made to become a monk. I was determined to survive. Over the course of the following day, he encountered more floating debris that kept him alive, including a sugarcane bottle that helped him quench his thirst and a drinking water bottle that provided further relief. Finally, on the evening of September the 4th, fortune smiled upon him as the waves and wind carried him towards a small island where he found refuge. Exhausted but alive, he explored the island and found banana trees to starve off his hunger. After spending the night on the island, he was discovered by National Park rangers who notified authorities. What an awesome story. Definitely a story of survival. Garbage in the ocean was a good thing for this man. It probably saved his life. I hope he keeps his promise and becomes a monk for a week. I'm sure he will. I'd be very, very surprised if he don't, that's for sure.